It can't control the emotions. We just struggle to carry on through life.
Sister, that's a very natural phenomena in all of us. I don't think so any one of us is perfect. I don't think so any one of us can say that he hasn't had a worry or he hasn't had doubts or there's no pressure of life. We all go through these phases. But the issue is, what is the solution? Whatever you focus on the problem becomes larger than life. You focus on the solution, you'll definitely get a solution. So these ups and downs are going to be there. But if we keep our focus on our meditation, that will give us the confidence. That will give us the strength to be able to face everything.
Sometimes we just struggle to keep
We
our
just
health.
keep on doing it, beta.
Just becomes a struggle. We can't carry it on.
What isn't the struggle? What is easy in life? Tell me. Everything needs time and attention, doesn't it? Is there anything possible without time and attention?
No.
So similarly out here, we want to create a relationship with the Lord, and unless we take out that time and attention, it's not going to happen.
Thank you, Master. Give us the strength.
Radha Swami Babaji, I have been having these yearning last year and also this year to help others. And I don't know whether it is because of my experience of going through COVID or whether it's a journey my destiny is taking me on. I feel so passionate and happy when I help others. Please, can you give me your guidance? As this year I was fortunate to be afforded the opportunity to help others. How can I bring the best out in others, and how to set a good example to those who are in need of our help, and to help those that feel so isolated, lonely and helpless, especially those that are unable to cope with anxiety and stresses of life like many youngsters today.
Life is a journey for all of us. Now it depends upon how you undertake this journey. Some of us tend to overburden ourselves with all our possessions, thinking that I may need something, so why not take everything along? Others are more particular. They will choose what is essential and leave the rest behind. They will be able to go faster because they are not burdened. So it's up to us. That's the choice we make in life. Now, life is a learning process. So your experience teaches you. And experience, they say, makes the young old and the old to be young. That's what experience is. All of us are seeking that experience, which will help us to get confidence, to get maturity, so that we are in a better position to understand life. Whereas helping others is concerned, better you can only give to the other person what you have. You have 100 pounds, you can give 90. What you don't have, you can't give. So if we are positive, if we are in tune with ourselves, automatically you will share it in whatever you do. But what you don't have, you cannot give. Now, if my mind is in turmoil, and I'm always under some sort of, tension or depression or something, then somewhere or the other it's going to come out. So let's start with ourselves. I know some psychologists will say that is being very selfish, but that's the reality. You can only give what you have. So if you are positive, you are in tune with yourself, there's harmony in your life, it will automatically reflect in every action that you do. Where seva is concerned, seva does not necessarily mean that coming into some religious place or spiritual place is seva. Seva is attitude with which you do things. Whether it is your housework, whether it is your jobs, your work, whatever you do in a selfless manner, in Nishkam Pavana, that is seva.
Babaji, sometimes I have to be giving nutrition advice. How do I deal with, like, patients who be non-vegetarians? I mean, do I have to say to them that, although, my advice is like, to follow vegetarian diet? I mean,
That's their lifestyle choice. If the person, he chooses a certain diet, then you have to give him explanation accordingly.
Okay. So I wouldn't be encouraging them if,
No, we are not encouraging them. We are just sort of, whatever they have chosen, we are just explaining it to them.
Okay.
Encouraging them would be if you say, now this is the diet you should be eating.
Okay. Thank you, Radha Swami.
थैंक यू बाबा जी फॉर गिविंग मी दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी। बाबा जी मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि समटाइम हमारे माइंड में किसी के लिए पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग आती है कि हम पॉजिटिव करें उसके साथ, बट सेकंड में हमारे माइंड में ये भी आता है कि पता नहीं मैंने सही किया या गलत किया, या नेगेटिव थॉट्स आनी शुरू हो जाती है। क्या उसके साथ भी हमारे कर्म बनते हैं बाबा जी?
बेटा, ये जो प्रश्न बार बार मन सामने रखता है ना, तो यही तो मन की चाल है। जितना हमारा दायरा है, जितना हमारा दिमाग है, आप सही करें, मगर सही करके उस पे सोच विचार नहीं करना, परखों में नहीं पड़ना।
अगर आए माइंड में ऐसी सारी चीजें,
नहीं, भूल जाएं, आगे बढ़े, कोई और चीज सोचें। अब वही चीजें बार बार सोचते रहेंगे, क्यों हुआ, कैसे हुआ, ये होना चाहिए था, वो होना चाहिए था। आपने सही करना है। सही करके हजूर कहा करते थे, अगर एक हाथ देता है ना, दूसरे को पता नहीं होना चाहिए। ऐसी अवस्था बनानी है हमें।
हाँ जी बाबा जी, आप मेरे साथ हो ना हमेशा।
अब ये तो आपके ऊपर मुनासिर है कि आप के अंदर कितनी जागरूकता है, ये तो आप मेरे को बताएं।
Rasmi Babaji, thank you Babaji. I'm not yet initiated Babaji, so please binti hai Babaji. Bless me with your name Babaji. There's no question. I do have a constant fear Babaji, the fear of letting you down. Oh, which is gone. It's always with me Babaji. I know I will not let you down. I know that. But that fear at times it just leaves me in a space where I don't want to be.
Peter, there are two kinds of fear. One is a negative fear and one is a positive fear. You know, Hazur in Punjabi satsang always used to give a quote, "Peh paaye shangar banaye." That, you know, I mean, please don't take it out of context, but we are talking about that time when the gurus were there, and that time the good housewife was one who sort of was scared to do anything that would displease her husband. So similarly, this is a relationship of love, whether it's our parent, our spouses, our children. There's always, you know, within us a little hesitancy that we shouldn't do anything which will displease the one we love. So that's also a fear, but that's a positive fear. The negative fear is where, you know, we are so scared, we get psyched out totally. Now that we should avoid. But this is a nice fear where, because that makes us think before we take any step, that whatever I'm doing, will it hurt my dear ones? You know, so to that extent, we should sort of have that hesitancy which makes us think.
There's another question. It's rather an observation, and I'm so sorry in advance. But I've seen my papa. My papa's been initiated, obviously, all his life. But what I've noticed is my papa, my mama, everybody's so humble that I just feel that people at times misuse their feelings. I mean, take advantage of their humbleness. I want them to draw a line between humble and just accepting whatever comes in Babaji's grace. I don't know how best to put it across.
What is our objective in life? You know, at the ending of life, it is your karmic accountability.
हाँ जी.
Okay? Now you hurt somebody, you will increase your karma. Somebody else hurts you, he increases his karma. I mean, humility is a gift. It's not something somebody can give you or overnight you can become humble. We should learn to appreciate that better. You see, I mean, somewhere this modern vision of ours, we think that if we don't react, somebody abuses me, I feel the right thing is to abuse him back, or he'll take me for granted, or he'll think that I'm nothing. But then what have I done? First, he said something wrong. By reacting, I'm doing something wrong. Hazur used to say, if there's one fool, let there not be two fools.
Yeah.
So we've forgotten to be objective. Today, life has become one big reaction. We are reacting to circumstances, we are reacting to each other, we are reacting to everything. And when you react, you lose all freedom. So it's better that the other person does something rather than we do something and increase our load of karmas.
Thank you, Babaji.
Radha, swami, Babaji. Babaji, my question is based on karma and how it may have an impact or effect on me. If I've supported someone through a very bad karmic phase in their life, and with my support and love, they have come out the other end. In the future, they have made some bad choices and decisions and have hurt other individuals. My question is, because I've supported that individual and later they made bad choices, does this have an impact on me and my karmic load?
No, better. Our purpose of life is to help others. Okay. To some extent, we should think. I mean, for example, I won't give money to somebody whom I know is going to misuse it, go and beat up his wife, get drunk or something like that. But if you are genuinely helping somebody to get on his feet or to deal with certain problems in life and all, you've taken a positive step towards them. Now, how they have dealt with that, that's their business. That's none of our business, beta. So to the extent we can help, we should help.
Got another question on meditation. During Simran, I find it quite hard to block out noise. My question is, can I use something to cover my ears while I'm doing Simran?
But you have to be as natural as possible. The moment you start using artificial means and unnatural things, you're going to make it difficult for yourself. Now, blocking out noise and all this beta is because we are not focused. The moment you are focused, look at a child when he's watching cartoons on television. He's so focused on that, the mother can be calling him, somebody can be shouting, he doesn't hear anything. That's the focus you need. And once you get that focus, nothing will matter, beta. No sound, nothing.
During bhajan, I'm okay, but during Simran, I can't seem to.
Focus on your Simran. Keep on doing it.
Thank you, Babaji. That's swami.
शुक्र है मालिक आप जी का लाख लाख शुक्र है बाबा जी लास्ट ईयर बहुत मुश्किल बीता पर आपके साथ से गुजर गया दाता जी सवाल ये पूछना था कि क्या मांग रखनी चाहिए किससे करनी चाहिए और क्या करनी चाहिए अगर कोई विश हो मांग हो तो कैसे करनी चाहिए और दाता जी सिमरन पे बैठने का दिल बहुत करता है सुख भी मिलता है पर टाइम मैनेज नहीं कर पाता हूँ जिम्मेदारियों और सर्कमस्टांसेस के कारण परेशान हो जाता हूँ और जब नहीं कर पाता हूँ तो ऐसा लगता है आप गुस्से हो रहे हो मतलब आपकी खुशी नहीं मिल रही है
बेटा देखो जहां तक मांग का ताल्लुक है ना इसके दो पहलू हैं पहला तो ये है कि हम क्या मांगे क्या उसको मालूम नहीं है हमारे लिए क्या अच्छा है क्या मांगूं कुछ थिर ना रहा है अब अपने दायरे में रह के इंसान जो भी मांगता है अपने आप को छोटा करके बैठ जाता है अब एक तरफ हम कहते हैं उसने किस्मत बनाई है क्या उसने गलती कर दी क्या वो हमें भूल गया क्या हमें बेहतर पता है कि हमारे लिए क्या अच्छा है मगर अगर दूसरी तरफ देखें बेटा सब कुछ होता ही एक डिजायर से है मांग से है बेटा हमारे मन में एक इच्छा है कि मैंने साफ सुथरा रहना है, इंसान इसीलिए नहाता है। इच्छा है कि अपनी देखभाल करनी है, इसीलिए हम आराम करते हैं। ठीक है ना? तो इच्छा तो रहेगी, मगर उसको हमने चैनलाइज करना है। ऐसी इच्छा रखें जो हमें आगे लेके जाए, बजाय इसके कि हमारे पैरों में आके बेड़ियां पड़ जाए। अब जिंदगी में कोई चीज मुफ्त नहीं, हर एक चीज का हिसाब किताब देना पड़ेगा बेटा। सो बेहतर यही है कि जो वो देता है वो खुशी खुशी स्वीकार करे, बजाय इसलिए कि हम अपनी इच्छा करें। अगर हमने इच्छा करनी है, सिर्फ एक करनी है, मालिक की। अगर मालिक मिल गया तो उसकी कायनात तो अपने आप हमारे कदमों में आ जाएगी ना। और कुछ मांगेंगे उसका हिसाब किताब देना पड़ेगा बेटा। सो बानी में गुरु साहब ने फरमाया है, तुद बिन होर कुछ मंगना, सब दुखां दे दुख, दे नाम संतोखिया, उतरे मन दी भुख। कि उसके बगैर और कुछ भी मांगेंगे तो बोझ के नीचे दब जाएंगे बेटा। मांगना है, सिर्फ नाम मांगना है, मालिक को मांगना है, और कुछ नहीं मांगना। और बेटा जहां तक भजन बंदगी की बात है, देखो 24 घंटे हैं दिन में, 24 घंटे बहुत होते हैं कि आप जिम्मेवारियां भी निभाओ, रिश्ते नाते भी निभाओ, और भजन सिमरन को भी वक्त दो। बेटा ताकत कहाँ से आएगी इन चीजों को निभाने की? भजन सिमरन नहीं करेंगे, हम नहीं निभा सकते। भजन सिमरन करेंगे तो जागृता आएगी, ऐसी अवस्था बनेगी कि हम इन जिम्मेवारियों को पूरा कर सकें।
Thank you, Babaji, so much for this opportunity to come and ask a question. Literally felt like I've won the lottery. My question is still to do with destiny and choices. Last time I asked the same question, but I got the answer of like a game of cards and having set out a game of cards and you make the choices. I think in practical life, like in real life, I can't suss out which part is destiny and which part is our choice. It's very difficult to determine. Like,
Beta, destiny puts you in a situation. After that, it's all the choice you make, na? Life is all about making choices.
so like, let's say in a real life example, so let's say who we marry, that's destiny, or is that our choice?
Well, you think you're making a choice, that's why you choose.
But then you say the partner's already destined. Like, it's
Actually, there is no choice.
So this is my point. So
No, it boils down to the question of free will. How much free will do we have?
But then if we don't have a choice, then the people which...
No, whatever decision you are making is based on certain factors. It's based on your education, your family background, your parentage, the country you come from, your culture, everything. And these factors are not in your hand. So certain influences have worked on you, and given those influences, you are supposed to make a choice. What choice are you going to make?
So practically, we're not actually making the choice.
No, but that's the reality. But the illusion is that we think we are making the choice. Now, you can as easily make the right choice as you can make a wrong choice. So one is you accept and you go through it, and the other is you think, no, I don't accept this. And your entire life you will keep on fighting it, and you'll have to bear the burden of that.
So there is no choice.
Actually, no. But within the physical matters, we think we make choices. Otherwise, you made a choice to come here, didn't you? Nobody forced you.
That's true. The other question was like, how do we keep ourselves so positive? Like, sometimes we could be amongst friends, family, everyone, but still feel so alone or feel so...
That's the reality. We came alone, we are alone. This is a fallacy we've created. I've got friends, I've got family, I've got this, I've got that. It's an illusion. And the sooner you come to reality, you see, it's essential to come to terms with yourself. If you are at peace with yourself, you're happy with yourself, you will never need anybody. But the moment you put yourself in such a condition that you become dependent upon others, you are opening yourself to all the pressures of the world.
So being happy within yourself is staying positive.
Coming to terms with yourself. You have strengths, you have weaknesses. That's why we say self-realization before God-realization. So as we are able to realize our true potential, you can use your strengths to overcome your weaknesses.
Okay. Thank you.
बाबा जी राधा स्वामी कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि इट डजेंट मैटर कि हम एक बहुत बिजी एनवायरनमेंट में हैं या बिल्कुल शांत एनवायरनमेंट में हैं समटाइम्स फोकस एकदम से ऐसा हो जाता है कि हमें कुछ आवाज सुनाई देनी शुरू हो जाती है तो क्या हमें उस आवाज पे फोकस करना चाहिए उस टाइम पे सिमरन पे बैठना चाहिए या फिर
नहीं, आप बस फोकस करो. अगर कोई जरूरी काम नहीं कर रहे, 2 मिनट आंखें बंद करके उसमें से आनंद लो.
जी बाबा जी इसी तरह सेवा करवाते रहना राधा स्वामी
Thank you for this opportunity. I want to talk about bhajan because I'm not very good at it. And I would like to say I fall asleep most of the time in my meditation. I find this position, the thumbs get hot, this bend is very difficult for my wrists. Is it possible to use those night coverings? No, I must just persevere with that position.
That's precisely why that position is given to you.
Okay.
When you are sitting in Simran, I don't know whether you are able to sit in a cross-legged position.
No, I'm not.
But the tendency is sometimes, your circulation stops. So when you sit into bhajan, that brings the circulation back very fast. And then every position has a certain association. Now if you see the athletes, when they have to sprint 100 meters or something, they take a particular position. They can run standing up also.
Right.
But that gives them a little bit of a head start. That's why they take that
Position.
on the mark's position, So similarly, everything which has been told to us has a certain sort of meaning to it.
Is it alright to use a bhajan stick?
Yeah, you can, yes.
Okay.
That's no hazard.
My second question, if I may, is about, I usually have a cup of tea before I sit down for meditation.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you.
As long as you are able, you can sit any time of the day, anywhere. The idea is to pay attention, to focus.
Yeah. Which is I find the most.
Which is, yeah.
My head is all over the place all the time.
Well, it's a question of practice. We are in the habit, this so-called multitasking nowadays. And that's creating all the problems.
I can't do that.
Yeah, it's good. You shouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah. You will never get anything done. So always be focused on one thing. Do that.
Thank you. Thank you for your help.
My question, Babaji, is about living in the Lord's will. Thy will be done. But as emotional creatures, we're sort of blown this way, we're blown that way. Life is a bit of a roller coaster, especially when I'm driving, Babaji. That's when it comes out. So my question is, how do we keep our footing? How do we keep our balance? And after all, these emotions, can they be helpful? Can they be transformed? Can they be transmuted into something useful? Or are they always a hindrance?
If you sort of, collect your emotions and you channelize them, they'll become devotion. Most of us, we've lost that ability to be able to hold our emotions, and that's why they become a distraction. So we need to channelize our emotions. So when I feel happy about something, instead of just jumping up with joy and all, I should be grateful. I'm channelizing. I'm being grateful. Now, if we look at our parents, whatever is theirs, they will give to their children. One child appreciates, he's grateful. The parents know he's mature enough to handle it. The other person doesn't appreciate. It's not that they won't give him. They'll give him also, but they'll hold back. That let him have that maturity, that appreciation. So it's the same with us. In everything that you do, if we show appreciation to the Lord, we learn to cherish it. Whatever happens. We sort of put it into these slots of good and bad, nice, or whatever. But he does everything with a purpose. So whether it's up or down, there's a purpose to it. With our limited mind, we don't understand it today. That's why we sort of divide it into good and bad. But there is a purpose. Later on, you'll realize what the purpose is. So appreciate everything.
And that would be living in the Lord's will in a way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. He will, as a father, will I ever want to harm my child? Will I ever give him something which I feel he can't handle?
And if we feel that temperature rising, that frustration or that irritation.
I know, we all get irritated, but just start your Simran. Think about something positive. Distract yourself.
Thank you.
You see, that's why seva sometimes becomes important for us, because seva then takes that tension away. We learn to give, we learn to share. A certain positivity is created around us.
Thank you.
Hello, Master. As I get older, I find that life is getting even harder, both mentally, spiritually, and physically. For all I'm not complaining and can cope mostly, but is this an indication of the end of life coming very soon?
Life is not going to ask us. It has got nothing to do with age. It has to do with our karmic accountability. When he wants to take us, why worry about it? People will go young, people will go in middle age, people go in old age. Why should I even think about it? Why should I even worry about it? Live every day, be happy, be grateful. And the day he wants to take us, he's not going to ask us. He's not going to see your age or your situation or where you are. You see, coming and going is in the Lord's hand. The day of our birth and the day we are going, it's already predetermined. So we have to live it up. So be happy. Every breath that He's given us, let's appreciate.
Thank you, Master.
Radha Swami Babaji. About 9 years ago, I got initiated, and during that process, before and during and after, there was abundance of love from you. I felt really close, and all I wanted is to be with you. You were with me, and as time went by, I had my ups and my downs, and it felt as if we had lost contact.
You've already answered your question. It felt. Okay. Now, just a feeling and reality are two different things, beta. So, we psych ourselves in these different situations. Our emotion, our sensitivity, sometimes we feel happy, sometimes we feel sad, because we've programmed our mind. When things happen the way we want to, I've got a good relationship, Lord loves me. The little child, the mother says no for something, you don't love me. Now, she has said no because she loves that child. She knows it's not good for it. So we've attached everything with our desires, with our wishes. Now, those may be good for us, or they may not be good for us. He's going to give us what we deserve. So don't even go there. So don't analyze, is this good or not? He knows better. Do you know better or does he know better?
Obviously.
So if he knows better, learn to appreciate all that he gives you. There is a place of everything, beta. Even the pain that he gives us is a learning process. If you've never seen failure, you will never appreciate success. If you've never had pain, you will never know what happiness is. So everything is part of the learning process. Don't be in a hurry. Take it on as it comes. Learn to appreciate, learn to be grateful, and you'll get through everything.